Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the testimony you will give, so help you God?
I do. Hey, yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Rozelle, and I'm here with my boy
Roman Christopher.
I'm also here with my boy.
Yiko.
And you already know what it is, yo. This is 860's Blunt Truth, where we tell nothing but the truth, the whole truth, and only the truth. Let's get it. Yo, mama, daggone, papa. Hey, yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
What up, what up?
You know what it is? Another episode. It's your boy, Rozelle, and I'm here with,
Roman Christopher. Yiko, baby.
and you know what we do, yo. We get into the motherfucking contents that people want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We make it pop. You know what I'm saying? We try to give you as much information as we can on certain topics, and we hope that you keep following and keep liking, and please share everything that you hear from us, because we need support. The more followers we get, the more likes we get, you know what I'm saying, the more content we'll be able to bring to you. You know what I'm saying? So stick with us, yo. You know what I'm saying? Hold us down, we'll hold you down.
Yes, sir. Y'all ready for the next episode?
I'm ready, always ready, man.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Got some fire going on.
What we talking about today, man?
So, first off, I want to say this Broquito is crazy.
All right. Yo,
Broquito.
thank you, bro. For real,
You're welcome, man.
This
You're
is
welcome.
fire. It's popping.
Cheers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, we got ourselves a little
Concoction.
Rozelle put together for us, and it's quite delicious, man. It's kind of a cross between coquito and a little spice. I'll tell you right now, it's real nice. In this hot weather, it goes down nice.
It's a black man's coquito, and I call it broquito.
And it's fire.
Let's
I could
get
drink
it.
this every day.
So if you guys are interested, give us some likes and some shares, please. We need as many shares as we can get.
And we might drop the recipe in your inbox. Don't worry about it.
Right. If we can see over 100 shares, we'll definitely drop the recipe down on the show in the comment section. But we definitely looking for at least 100 likes, 100 shares.
Hey, come on, guys, give it up.
Like we can do this. If we really put an effort to this, we could do this.
Yeah.
So we look forward to working with y'all as much as you guys working with us. And again, hit us up. We like to hear your opinion. We want to hear from you.
And for all those who are supporting us, we're going to give y'all some shout-outs soon. We got to still get them names correct so we can give y'all a proper shout-out.
Definitely got to give shout-outs to the supporters.
Yes, sir. Y'all been supporting since day one. And we, episode 5 now? Something like that?
Listen,
5?
CT. Listen, CT. If we don't do nothing else, we don't support our locals, man. Come on, y'all. Give it up, yo. You know what I'm saying? Get behind some local boys. Try and bring y'all some good content, man. You know what I'm saying? We out here. We researching. We doing what we need to do to give it to y'all raw and direct. You know what I'm saying? So for that fact alone, man, support some brothers, yo. You heard?
Facts. So y'all ready to get into it?
Ready to get this.
Down and ready.
All right. So the Trump and Biden debate.
Trump and Biden.
Yeah. They recently had this little. I don't even know if it was a debate or if it was just an argument. I don't know what was going on.
That was a sitcom.
The debate was yesterday, no, and then Trump had a rally today, right?
Yeah, I think the debate was a couple of days ago, and then the rally might have been yesterday.
Yeah, the debate was 2 days ago, right?
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
This nigga smoke as much as I do. I mean, he can't. He's
smoking on that Biden pack.
Yeah, he's smoking them Biden packs, bro.
We do our research, but sometimes information get crossed when you lost in the sauce. So excuse me, but don't excuse me because I'm hold me accountable, obviously. But I'm about to spark up right now, so
that's what we do here, man.
Listen, man,
smoking on them Biden packs.
Yeah. Definitely stupid off them Biden packs, bro.
Facts.
Definitely stupid off them Biden packs.
So yeah, what's y'all thoughts on the debate though? Y'all saw it, right?
Honestly, no. I saw bits and pieces of it. I watched a couple of the highlights on YouTube. Because for one, you have an idiot who came and fucking spell his own fucking name, yo. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other side, you have this cocky, egotistic ass asshole who's known to shit on himself. So with that being said, I decided just stay away from the debate because I knew it would be a farce in the first place, to be honest.
There was a lot of funny shit, though. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was like...
There was some funny shit, though.
It was scary to watch, man. It was real scary to watch.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, half the topics wasn't even about anything that they're going to be doing with America at all.
Definitely, yo. Definitely. About who had fucking handicap and who could drive better and who could play golf and what the fuck? Nothing about the American people. What their plans was about, you know what I'm saying? What that they wanted to do for America. But more or less like just throwing jabs at one another.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was a verbal boxing match.
Yeah, facts. That's exactly what it was. And you know what's crazy about it though is that at least every other candidate that became president before them at least put up 10 to 12 lies to get into office. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to lower taxes. I'm going to make your lives great. Yeah, 6 months into it, everybody's real happy with everything that's going on. And all of a sudden...
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it levels out. And then it's like...
They didn't even do that, though.
To the next. They
didn't even put in that work. They was like, yo, this debate is more me dissing him.
Right.
Well, they had to because you figure, you know, Donald Trump, the felon that he is, you know what I'm saying? Because he's now a convicted felon, you know what I'm saying? Had to defend himself against Sleepy Joe. So when Joe brought up, you know what I'm saying, all the motherfucking conspiracies and all that shit, you know, Trump hit him with just how fucking dumb he is. You know what I'm saying? And for all those who voted for Biden, now I'm part of the ones who are part of the problem because I ain't vote for these other motherfuckers. But for y'all who voted for Biden, yo, what the fuck was y'all thinking? I knew we needed to get Trump out the White House, but to vote for Biden?
I don't even know how Biden really got in, so obviously I don't know the
And
whole,
then how the fuck is he?
About it.
How the fuck is he the number one runner-up out of all the other Democrats?
Yeah, seriously.
Knowing that he was the president that he was, how did he make it to the number one runner-up, yo?
There was a lot of comments I saw where people were saying, yo, we can't pick two new people? Why you gotta be between these two? We can't pick two other people?
Exactly.
Right. Shit's
Because
crazy.
it's rigged.
Right.
It's rigged. Just like everything else, bro. Shit's rigged. It's just kind of like, you know, the fucking the lottery, yo.
Now that you say that, it makes sense. It's entertainment. They're bringing in that money just by us watching.
What? That's all it is, man. It's a gang. It's a fucking show. It's a fucking, it's a goddamn trapezoid, Joe. That's what it is, bro. Right. Where the people on the top stay at the top and the people at the bottom stay at the bottom and they don't give a fuck about nobody in the middle. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's the diamond. It's evil. It's the holy diamond. It's the motherfucking, it's just the, what does Jay-Z call that shit when he put it up?
All CNI?
No, he calls it something else. The pyramid. He calls it something else, though. This is the...
He calls it the diamond, right?
The diamond. So the diamond's up. Yeah, but it's the all CNI. It's the pyramid, bro. It goes back to Lucifer and all that shit, bro. That's all Freemason shit and all that.
Yeah.
Satanists and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything they do, it's just part of the agenda, man. And sooner or later, they'll probably kill me. If this podcast goes big, they'll be like, that nigga Rozelle, can you talk about this, bro? Like, he won't talk about nothing else but us. We're going to have to kill that brother,
Speaking
yo.
of, tune in, because the agenda will be coming soon by Rozelle.
So if I ever die of anything other than weed and liquor, because I don't do nothing else. I don't do pills. I don't do drugs.
Don't give them any ideas, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro.
Don't tell them your habits. That's the last
I
thing
know
you
about
want
them
to
niggas.
know.
I know about them, bro. I know about them. They
already know. I mean, like,
they out
get the
there.
information, but
They out there watching you.
Yeah,
taking them pictures.
Taking pictures, yo. Taking names.
Jesus.
We got you on camera, yo.
Yeah. Man, I got to tell y'all a theory I came up with connecting some dots recently because, you know, that word conspiracy, I really got a disdain for that word, man. It's so dismissive. You know, because the first thing, when you hear conspiracy, the first thing you think is, that ain't true.
It's not real, yeah.
Yeah, it ain't real.
Right.
But what y'all don't realize, though, like most people don't realize, everything is hidden in plain sight. So when somebody says conspiracy, the reality is what they're really saying is there's truth to what's being said, but since it's out of context, it can be disproven as crazy talk. But if you put it in context to something bigger, something larger, a grander plan, then it starts to make sense. So for example, I was looking at when Trump was in office prior, he began building the wall and putting up borders. The whole situation with Putin did become washed over. Like, there was no war. He wasn't wrong. Like, everything did start to go to shit once he was taken out of office.
Well, Trump actually mentioned something about that, how he was the reason Putin never attacked Ukraine. But he also said that Putin loved Ukraine.
Right. He didn't want to have
He didn't
to
want to
go
do that, but Trump kept him from doing that because they would be in agreement with things and they would meet up a lot.
Right.
And as soon as Biden went in office, Putin was like, all right, attack.
He let people know what it was. And I give him respect for that. He basically went in there and did what he had to do. Like, I'm not saying he's the best option because I agree. We should have a different choice altogether. Why does it have to be this guy and this guy? Why? You know what I mean? There's so many other candidates, so many other people. I'd rather pick Joe Schmo that lives down on 229, Corner Street Avenue with his wife and 2 kids who don't know shit about politics at all. Because you know what? He knows what my struggle is. He lived right down the street.
We need a free thinker in office.
Seriously.
Like free thinker, yo, who's not scared to say what they feel. Can't be a pushover, but can't be overly aggressive.
Exactly. You gotta be firm, but know when to be firm.
Yeah, man. Like, fuck that shit, yo.
Plan, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, yo.
What we need is a black president. Or a Puerto Rican one. And when I say black and Puerto Rican, I don't mean black like Obama. You know what I'm saying?
I think we need to wipe out all of government and start fresh. From Congress to the Defense Department to the Homeland Security, we need to start with people who actually give a shit about others and who want to do this job because they are actually in it to protect others, not just people that are in it to cover each other's asses.
Well, we the people supposed to have that power, but we the people are pussy. You see what I'm saying? Because we know, no facts. Because we know that we have the power. But when proposed or propositioned with the choice of, do we either shut the fuck up and keep taking it, or do we step and fight? We always shut the fuck up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We always shut the fuck up, yo. Like in any other country, yo, when the government is not doing what the people want them to do, them niggas rally, nigga.
Facts.
They go to the motherfucking to the president's house. They kick doors in. We will cut your heads off, motherfucker. We will dismember you, nigga.
What was the name of that Egypt? The president in Egypt?
Yeah.
The one that got killed, right?
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but they had them niggas shook. The government was scared, nigga.
Yeah,
they were
but
terrified.
That really happens. That's a, like, and what are they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna bomb everything. Or they got loved ones too. They got things going on. Like here's the reality.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like if you kill everybody off, who you gonna rule?
Right. But here's the thing though. Most people they want to just be taken care of, so they'll sit back and take whatever they're gonna get.
Who's the president now? There's no one to reside over.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, going back to my original, like what I was, because it was kind of crazy, man. It's all conspiracy, but again, you put all the pieces to the puzzle together, right? So we put together what they was talking about, what Trump was doing, building walls and borders, and then we put together the fact that now we got P. Diddy being charged for the things he's being charged with, child trafficking and people trafficking, period, and all this other nonsense that I think is just absolutely ridiculous and disgusting. It's no wonder why when he came out of office, the wall stopped being built, things started coming down, borders started getting broken through again and whatever else. And now you got all these immigrants coming in. You got the VA getting kicked out of hotel rooms and being sent out to live out on the streets with nothing and nobody to help them. I mean, they did what they could for this country to help us out, and they living in the street. Come on, man. What's wrong with that? And they got these people coming in from overseas. So now, if you think about it, it sounds to me like they had a good business going, people trafficking, doing whatever it was that they was doing. Trump came in and started messing with their plans a little bit. They didn't like that. They impeached him. We didn't impeach Trump out of office. They impeached him out of office because he was a problem for the plan. Now you put all that together, you got money that just stopped coming in. These guys are pissed. So now what do? They put Biden in there, who's absent-minded and weak as fuck, probably signing whatever papers are put in front of him, not knowing what the fuck he's doing. Because all these other people behind him in the Congress, in the Senate, in the states, they all got their own plans. Right?
Yeah,
because I know that the president, not just because it's Biden, but the president is a figurehead for the people. He said that's why they had the president go out. He used to kiss babies and do it. You know why? Because to make him relatable. But the reality is, they don't give a shit about us.
No, of course
they
not.
don't know anything about our struggle and our day-to-day nothing. You know why? All they know about it is what they put us through. And it's a game to them. Oh, let's see how much we can put the screws to these people before they get tired of it. Come on, man. At what point do we stand up and say something about this?
Exactly.
Yo, I mean, I'm not smoking on that Biden pack. I remember getting that secondhand Camilla.
Yeah, you got the Camilla Wallace.
Yo, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. We was trying to back up our audio. Yeah. Mic wasn't even plugged in on the secondary, so it is what it is. I gotta get it from where it's at.
And since you won, start admitting shit. I believe yesterday we did a show yesterday too, right, guys?
Yes, we did.
And the show was like an hour and a half, and it was a great show.
It was perfect,
and we would have loved to give it to you. Mm-hmm. But I think this dude had secondhand Camilla Wallace, and forgot to hit the mic and to turn the mic on because we was in here smoking on like 4 or 5 different Biden packs, and me and Yaiko was done to the world.
Yeah, man.
So I know Chris had to have a contact. He had to have a contact. And the niggas forgot to turn the mic on. I don't care what nobody says. I know what happened.
Now, listen, my theory is maybe they didn't like what we were saying and decided to erase it before it could get
I'll take
posted.
that one. I like that one better than the first one.
That's just my theory. Whether that's accurate or not.
Well, I believe that too. I believe that I believe they go through the content before it is actually published, and they're like, "Oh, we can't publish this shit."
Yeah, that's serious.
These motherfuckers is talking like anti-government, and
I appreciate y'all.
And we're not.
I appreciate y'all for having my back.
And we're not.
And let's be clear, we are not talking anti-government. We're talking about a shift in our government, getting the right people to do the right jobs. That's what we're really talking about. So before anybody says we're anti-America or we're whatever the hell anti-Semitic crap you want to throw at us, just remember, we're talking about your well-being, your benefit too. We're not just talking about for us. You guys think because we live in Connecticut, things are great out here, but I'm living in the projects now where a place where I live a few streets over just got raided by the police. I don't know what for. Thank God I wasn't around. I was actually at work because I'm a citizen who goes to work. But these things happen here where we live. So, just understand, like, we understand your struggles and we hope you can respect and understand ours and know that we're coming from a place of sincerity when we say we need to change and we need to do something ourselves if we want that to happen and stop waiting for somebody to do it for us.
And we all need to smoke more weed because the world would be a lot mellower place.
I wish. And that broquito is no jokeito.
You already know. You already know, bro.
So yeah, man. So that going back to the Trump Biden, debate. Like, what the hell was going on with Biden? Like, man,
he was falling asleep.
Yeah, he was falling asleep during the fucking debate. What the hell was that?
I heard they gave him like some kind of super shot, like crack on liquid crack or some shit. Like, that's what I heard. He had some
Yep, it was
Adderall and cocaine and speed,
steroids and caffeine pills and some other shit.
How you still not off though? You on that shit? You still falling asleep? He did look crazy though. I ain't even gonna lie.
What was I saying?
His face
and I'm
crazy.
Like, dude, that was his. That was his regimen the whole time.
Lost.
He's lost in what he's saying.
He's just standing up there, yo, just
like I did.
Trying to memorize the script, yo. He's a bad. You know what he is?
Facts. That's
you know what he is? He's a bad actor.
That's a good point. He was probably trying to remember his lines and he couldn't remember them.
He's a bad fucking actor.
Wow, he probably got stage fright because that was live at the time, wasn't it?
I don't know if he'll get stage fright because he's been doing it,
right.
But he might have really got him blank.
He's so old now. He just forgetting the script.
He just forgot his lines. He probably ain't rehearsed some shit.
Come on, man. You're a performer. Let me ask you this question before y'all go on.
Then he goes into some old shit that he said before. Finishes off.
He's lying.
So we talk about this guy right here, right? And so the people in South Asia will never know what it is to have silk made from American worms. They'll just never know.
But Trump is lying.
Trump is lying. He's the weirdest shit.
But going back to what you were saying before, though. Oh my God, I forgot my point. Damn, never mind.
He's high, guys.
I'm high. About performance, he was going to say? You guys are performers.
That's what it was. As performers, you say Biden couldn't have gotten nervous because he's been doing it for so long, but you've performed, and every time you still get a little nervous, don't you?
I mean,
it probably gets easier.
I guess you kind of get you still have the confidence knowing that you've done it so much, and it's like to be honest, for me, the bigger the crowd, the easier it is. I don't know how other people feel about it, but the bigger the crowd, the easier it is because you can feed off the energy. You don't feel stupid like, oh, there's nobody in here. Why am I performing? You know what I'm saying? Like, when there's little crowds, then you're like, you don't have the same energy. You kind of just do your thing and get off the stage. You know
that was his situation. He was in a room. It was just him, the other guy, and two people in front of him.
But you have millions and millions watching on TV.
Right.
So you still
but in the moment, though, if you're feeding off
billions,
energy,
actually.
If you're feeding off energy, you don't got a lot of people there.
Nah, but I mean, it's the same thing. So, like, if it was like for COVID stuff, if we did a performance over online, and I see I have thousands of followers, I'm still gonna perform as if they're in the room with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because there's a lot of people watching still. So I don't know. I think he just like Rozelle said. I think he just forgot his lines. Yeah. He probably ain't read his script long enough and study that shit, or maybe he's just too old and he just
the drugs didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Maybe they fucked him up. Yeah, I'm just probably rewired his whole brain.
It's just crazy.
He probably was seeing shit in kaleidoscope. Looking around like, yo, what the fuck is going on, bro? You see, he kept blinking and trying to get his shit right.
He was looking crazy. He was looking
he was looking absolutely terrible.
Definitely looks crazy as fuck, yo.
Then they went into the whole. They transitioned from talking about COVID to talking about Trump being disrespectful at a ceremony to
having sex with a porn star. Like,
talking about porn star sex.
What the hell that got to do?
Like, what the fuck are we talking? Why are we not talking about
America?
Well, actually, they did mention taxes like a couple of times,
right?
And then after that, it was golfing, age, IQ tests.
It was just a bunch of crazy shit. But it's to the point where now they're saying that the Democrats, they trying to figure out a way to get Biden from doing those again and have somebody replace him. Yeah. How y'all feel about that?
Well, I feel like,
first and foremost,
you can't have a motherfucking debate for you.
Exactly.
Because he don't know what you're going to say. He may know what topics he wants to cover, but the debate is having an interaction with another person and boom, boom, boom. It's a fight with words.
That's facts.
And he said something, and you say something to debate what he said.
Unless, to your point about the agenda, unless there's a blueprint already written out, and they all abide by the same blueprint. So then it's like, all right.
You better believe they all abide by the same blueprint.
Right. Then you can go up and debate for somebody. Because now you know what to go off of.
Right. And this could all be a show. This could all be just part of the agenda. Like, keep people occupied. Let them think that, they got a shot by voting for this person, that person. This was really going to happen. And who are we to stop it now? Like he said, he knows about weapons. He knows. I watched his rally. Just enough of it. And he talked about having weapons that could do tremendous amounts of damage in the blink of an eye.
Who's this? Biden or Trump?
This is Trump saying.
All right, this is Trump. Just for the audience to know what you're talking about.
Yeah. My apologies. This is Trump saying that he has worked with the government and he has actually made these weapons for them. So he knows all about them. He's developed them. And he said they can do massive amounts of damage in the blink of an eye with minimal structural damage. So basically wiping us out or controlling us in a way that we can't do nothing about it. That's why, honestly, abolishing, like them trying to abolish gun licensing and whatever else, that's ridiculous. Come on, we have a right to defend ourselves. And I'm sorry, but what they have compared to what we got on the street is nothing. Like, they have stuff. They talk about having a sound wave gun that could make you feel like you're on fire. Wasn't you talking about this?
No.
I think we were debating this before.
You might have been, but it can make you feel like you're on fire. It can make you hallucinate, see things that aren't there. You could it make you sick and like you're throwing up and stuff because you're so nauseous. Like, and this is a sound frequency gun that they've learned to channel and focus frequency into your body to make you feel this way. It's crowd control.
Yo, frequency is everything.
It is, yeah.
If you learn to use, if you learn to find and channel the right frequencies, you can heal yourself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can enter a state of meditation that's so profound, you probably can astral project. You know what I'm saying? Like, frequency is everything, bro. We're made up of frequency, and in the way they do is
sounds and vibration.
They keep our frequency low with our music, with the way the food we eat and stuff like that. Keeps our shit low. That's why we can't ascend to a higher form of ourselves, because our frequency is low. It's like they keep us anchored to this bullshit by feeding us this bullshit musically, physically, eternally. They feed us this bullshit, yo, that keeps us anchored to the earth, yo, and it doesn't allow us to ascend. It's bullshit, bro.
That's just terrible. And they use money as power too. That's another way to keep us down.
Money is the root of all evil, bro.
Yeah.
Because
especially in the wrong
because since the birth of it, people have killed for it.
Yep.
And you need it.
That's fact.
That's one thing you need in this world. Well, you don't really supposed to need. You could go, like I said, place overseas. You know what I'm saying? But if you live in a modern civilization world, you're gonna need money for rent, for bills, for food, for whatever. So money is the root. You need it. You're gonna have to go get it. However you go get it, whether you work a 9 to 5, whether you panhandle, whether you sell some shit, whether you steal some shit, you go get it.
Yeah.
Because you need it. It's truly the root of all evil.
Yeah, you already know I disagree wholeheartedly with the usage of money at all. I don't, like, we're the only species on the planet that uses currency as a form of living. You know, every other creature on this planet, they live in herds. They work together to survive. You know, while one is or a few are grazing, others are looking out. Then the others start to graze, the others look out. They go to watering holes together. Like, they look out for each other and they do things, and that's how they live. And they live fairly well if they protect each other well enough. And it's very unfortunate that we have absolutely no concept of that in our species.
When you think about it, they actually still work with the whole trade thing, bargain and trade.
Yeah.
They just do it in different ways.
But that's the thing, though. Like, if you raise a small village, you know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, land should not be bought and sold. Land is here for everybody. It should be tilled accordingly. Like, everybody should come together as a community, work together to build a community that prospers on its own. And then that prosperity gets moved on to, other people. And that's, if everybody across the globe did that at one time, a government would be abolished. There would be no need for barter and trade because we already have barter and trade amongst ourselves. We are doing everything for ourselves. But we don't want to be independent. Nobody wants to work hard. Nobody wants to be out there in the dirt, in the rain, in the snow. No, they want to be in a cozy home with their computers and then wondering why they get sick, wondering why their joints hurt, wondering why, things aren't going their way, why they have to work at 9 to 5 at a job that they can't stand and they're miserable at. Well, it's a choice. And we're choosing, like, this is what they don't teach these things in high school. They don't teach you about how plants grow. They don't teach you about, like how to farm. They don't teach you about, adding crushed seashells to the soil to make sure that the calcium keeps the acidity down. They don't teach you about these things because they don't want you to know. Because then you become self-sufficient. You become self-sufficient, the government becomes replaceable.
Mm-hmm. Well, the big thing is, like, there's always going to be some form of government no matter what. It's just the way life is when you think about it. There's got to be some kind of order or somebody to rule or
that
some
just
kind
means
of
that
rules
somebody
to
wants to be in power and somebody else.
Well, I think you kind of need it in certain forms because without it, you're going to be.
I agree. I agree. It's just that when the ones in power become greedy.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all about who has the power.
But that's why no one person should be in power. That's what I'm saying. Everybody should be a community and come.
Yeah, but you still need order though.
Yeah, you still need that order.
Right, you need order for sure.
Because without order, you have chaos.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, no one's doing shit. My wife, my favorite meal, I turned to cook a steak today. She didn't cook it. I'm gonna kill this bitch. No one's gonna do nothing. It'll be total chaos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to have order.
Some kind of order.
Yeah.
But to your point, it's all about who's ruling, who's in power.
Who's in power? Like, the person who should be in power should actually care.
Exactly. What's right and what's wrong.
Care. You know what I'm saying? Don't care that your family's living in the White House right now. Care that you have an aunt or an uncle that lives in Pennsylvania, or that lives in Utah, or that lives in Connecticut, or that lives in Delaware. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have family members, dog. You know what I'm saying? Who don't live in the White House, who don't have security around you. You know what I'm saying? Whose life is not hunky dory, but they're actual people living actual lives, going to work every day, 9 to 5s, doing what they got to do to maintain, and they're part of America too. And you got to think about them motherfuckers when you're president.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And presidents don't think about them. They don't think about them, even though they're relatives. They just think about, like, what we need to do as a country, and me and my people are secure. Fuck that shit, man.
I agree.
But that's exactly why, like I say, nobody should be in power. I know that it's a flawed concept to think about because it genuinely means that everybody on the planet has to have just a genuinely good heart and care about each other. But what I'm talking about happening probably won't happen for another billion years because we have to rewrite our DNA to remember that we can actually be nice to each other. We were taught since, like, our parents' that, being who we are is wrong, our heritage is wrong, be this, our religion that. Like, these things have been pushed on our DNA to the point where it's been passed down the bloodline, and this is why we are the way that we are, but the reality is, once upon a time, there was no money. Human beings were in the dirt. They had to work together. There was no power structure or anything like that. It was, we protect each other as a family, we raise each other up as a family, and we go on and we hunt together as a family. And we come back and we bring the spoils. You know what I'm saying? But as things started to expand and other races came into contact with each other because they grew larger and larger, then it became a bid for who could get the most land.
Listen, I'm not even trying to be racist when I say this right here. I'm not saying this because I am a melanated male. But that all happened when the Neanderthals took over and started to run amok. And the more the more European you have in you, and it's sad to say, not for everybody, but for the most part, the more European you have in you, the greater your dislike for darker people are. and then it spreads out throughout. And I say this because even to this day, we were a people who were generous. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna show you a clear example of how melanated people, you could tell, were generous as fuck way back then. You want to hear this example? I just thought of this shit. Check this shit out. You have a Chinese guy, you have a white guy, and you have a black guy, right? The white guy brings the Chinese guy and the black guy to his house. The mother looks. Not all white families. Don't get me wrong. I'm not generalizing all white families, but I'm saying I believe most.
In general, basically, like
I believe most. This is my belief that most would be like, hey, you bring the Chinese and the black guy in there. Whoa. Now the Chinese guy, brings the black guy and the white guy in there. Chinese mom's gonna be like, hey, bring the black guy and the white guy in there. Whoa. And for the most part, if a black guy was to bring a white guy and a Chinese guy into the house, the black family would be like, hey, come on in. Sit on down. What you want? You want something to eat? You hungry?
He vouched for you. You cool with me.
You cool with me. You know what I'm saying? He gotta explain to his family who they are. That he's Chinese but he's cool, and he's white but he's cool. But I think for the most part, in most families, the child would have to explain.
No, that makes sense, because when you think about it, like you don't even got to communicate that I vouched for him. I brought him into my home.
Right.
So that already told you.
Right.
As the other way around, they like, wait, you vouched for this nigga?
Yeah, exactly. You cool?
Right. Like,
lock the door. Make sure y'all stay outside. Don't be in the house. You know what I'm saying? They're already thinking criminalistic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's sad, bro. And so that tells you that because even after all the bullshit that melanated people have been through here in America, with slavery, with discrimination, with the killings and all that shit, even after all that shit, I'm using that scenario as a right now today scenario.
Yeah.
We will still like, hey, come on in. You hungry?
Facts.
Even after all the discrimination.
That's fact.
Yeah.
Even though we can't go to your house, you can come to ours. Come on over, yo. Cause you know what? We love you. Come on over. You cool with me? I'm cool with you. Come on over, bro.
You thought about that shit right now?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's
a good
crazy.
example. That was a good example. Your brain moving right now. I don't know if that Biden pack working. I don't know. You're not on Biden time right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like we will accept you. So we had to back in the days, and I think that's how there was a downfall. Cause my friend Neanderthals came over on they boat. You know what I'm saying? So we rolled over their boats, and we was like, "Hey, come on over." And them niggas had smallpox and malaria and all kind of shit. And that's, you know what I'm saying? They took shit over, yo. It was like, "Hey, guess what, motherfucker? We're here to conquer." You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not friendly, motherfucker.
That's how they started. It's
that's
germ warfare.
We're not friendly. You let us in your house, nigga. You already let us in.
Yo, think about that, though. Isn't that crazy?
You know, niggas gathered together. They like, this shit was easier than we thought.
Yeah, they came over to the Americas, and Indians was already here. Like they was the
black
original,
Indians,
right?
Not these Chinese and Eskimo looking motherfuckers that you see on TV now.
And that's the problem, though, the way they portray everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
but it was all melanated.
At the end of the day, they come over here, and it's funny how the people they interact with, that they come in contact with, they don't try to fuck with them at first. They try to talk peace, whatever. But what happens? They start getting sick. They start dropping dead, and the white people stand there like no.
But that's how they attack. They attack sneaky.
They attack. It was germ warfare first. So how you gonna tell me like they had all this dark ages, man? You know how they talk about the dark ages? There's no record of anything that happened during the dark ages or whatever. They basically like not like literal, but they basically like as a metaphor. They basically feed you till you're fat and eat you. Yeah.
Yo, check this out.
That's a great way to put it.
Before I lose it, because I smoke a lot. Check this out. I just thought about something. I say, the real Indians were black, right? You know what I'm saying? Melanated, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought of why they look Chinese and cause I say the Eskimos. I say the Indians that you see now as getting money and all that shit is Eskimos.
Pretty much.
Right, because you know why? Because the white people had to make us think that they were in control and that the Indians were actually Eskimos, so we didn't know who the fuck we were. So we really believed that we was Negroes. We believed they were the Indians. We heard stories about cowboys and Indians. So what does an Indian look like? So now they got to portray an Indian. So they had these motherfuckers come on down and say, hey, yo, look, if you want to say y'all niggas Indians, we'll give y'all some land and shit. Just leave it the fuck alone, because they can't know. We'll give you a little piece of land. Come on down. Like I said before, then they slaughtered the Indians. But the Indians they slaughtered wasn't the motherfucking, the ones
the original
we see now. You know what I'm saying, on TV. The ones that own Mohegan's son. Those weren't the real Indians.
Right.
They weren't the real Indians.
Yep. It makes sense too, is when you think about how they get paid. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yo, you see these little white people I be seeing. No offense. I got a good friend named Michelle, who'd be like, she's like, and she represents it to the fullest. I'm saying, I'm this Indian, and I don't know if she gets the check or not, but she reps her Indian heritage to the fullest. And I be saying to myself, like, yo, I love you to death, but you're really not Indian. You're not. Because a real Indian was my color. Everything was my color. Even Chinese people.
Everything.
Yeah, everything was my color. Everything. So I look at her like, yo, the Indians right now that consider themselves Indians are just like the fucking Jewish. They're the same motherfuckers. One motherfucker says they're Jewish, and the other motherfucker says they're Indians. And both of the motherfuckers are lying.
Shit, well, I gotta see what's good with our money, because we have a small percentage of Cherokee Indian in our bloodline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, check that out. But there is a small Indian.
Get some money.
I apologize. There's a small community of true Jewish. Like, it's a black community. It is a small church. They were the first Jews. Like, they're out in like the middle of like the Israel, whatever.
Well, even the Jews were melanated originally.
No, they're black. They're black.
Yeah,
their original symbol is similar to what the Jewish use out here, but its representation is different. So basically what I'm saying is the white Jewish community in our country,
the region, right,
took their religion, twisted it, used it for their own benefit, and then put themselves in as Holocaust victims. And then they use that as a way to shun people from, oh, how dare you speak about my people? Do you know what my people went through? Well, no, I don't know what your ancestors went through, but I know you didn't. Just like you know that you can tell black people the same thing, I'm going to tell you the same thing.
Well, the melanated Jewish, they weren't called Jewish, right? To your point a couple episodes back. The whites are Jewish, right? Weren't the melanated just Jews?
Yes.
Right.
They were just Jews.
Just Jews.
From the tribe of Judah.
Mm-hmm.
They were Judeans.
Right, exactly.
They were Judeans from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
They were Jews.
Yep.
So they weren't Jewish.
They were not Jewish.
Why would they be half
Jews?
Why would they be 1 foot in, 1 foot out Jew?
This goes
that
right
don't make
back,
no sense.
What you were talking about goes back to what Billy Carson said. He said, I bring him up a lot because I reference a lot of his work and the things that he's done. He's done his research. He knows what he's talking about, I feel. I respect his opinion as a person and as the work that he's done. I applaud what he's done. But going back to what you said about how every person was black once. And now so to his point, what he represented was that every race was bred from a different alien species to make a different race. That first brought division amongst the people. Once you separate them by color, then you separate them by speech.
It changes genetic code.
I don't believe that shit. That's garbage.
I'm just telling you what he's put out there.
Because in order for him to say that, that means that there was a whole bunch of Russian aliens, Chinese aliens, Puerto Rican aliens, black aliens.
No. They're different. They're different species altogether.
So how
when they blended it with the genome, they got
all they changed was the color of the skin.
Yeah,
that's how they
were able to use mutations.
But I'm saying if they were aliens and they were different species, okay. So say you had a base. I'm gonna use this from a cooker's point of view.
Yeah.
Say you had a base, and you add a different ingredient to it. Now, that base now, say you have a base sauce, you're cooking the sauce, you have everything on in there, and it's on the stove, and it's boiling. Then you add a different ingredient to it. It is not going to change that base's color and flavor. It's going to change everything about them. You can't add different things, you can't add different seasonings, whatever you want to call it, whatever, to a base show and still get the same type base and just get a different color and different flavor. It's just to start being clumpy. Some shit's going to dry it out, have it be thick as fuck. Some shit's going to have that shit be, you know what I'm saying? It would change the look of shit, yo.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get at. It changed. They changed the look of. If you look at every species on the planet, the ones like as far as like on the human level, I feel like every person has a feature of somebody who is African American or black, whatever you prefer. And at the end of the day, if you look at the different genetic gene, like for example, the Chinese, the difference is their eyes are a little more sunk in. It's like, how did they get that to happen? Maybe there's an alien race out there who has that type of feature, but they kept the primary base is the inhabitant of this planet, but we're just going to use like 5% of this and just see what happens.
Because if you look at the Asiatic black man or out there in Africa, they look damn near Chinese. So if you had a race of Asiatic black men, I can't remember the name of the tribe. I'm gonna start doing like a lot of research for this shit. If you had I forget the name of the tribe, but if you had them migrate over out into Asia, and then they got raped and all that by a bunch of motherfucking Neanderthals, and had a bunch of babies, and then they moved on, and then babies had a bunch of babies, and babies had a bunch of babies. The skin color would change slightly. Because these Asiatic black people, this tribe of Asiatic of Africans, are of tan complexion already. They're already tan already. You know what I'm saying? With slanted eyes. If you look at some of them, if you go online, look at some of them look Chinese.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, I'm not saying that this is true or not.
You're saying it's possible to have more alien races? That's what you're saying? I missed a little bit
I think, because, I mean, if you think about how long the galaxy's been around versus religion, like, you can't trust religion.
I believe that.
Like, this is just out there mentally thinking, because that just made me think of something. What if they took, like, 2% animal DNA? You don't be noticing how some people, well, everybody looks like a certain animal? Like,
I have seen that. Like,
she look like a little rabbit.
Yeah, like your person like could be a fish.
Like a little hamster.
What's wrong with your face? Why you look like
like a bird?
Well, you know what?
Like you remember? Oh my God! Remember the Andy show?
The story goes, bro. The story goes.
Oh man!
In order to create Neanderthal, they mixed the DNA of a melanated man
and an animal, right?
And different species of animals.
Yeah.
But why? So, but who? First of all, who is they? Right? Because what you're proposing is somebody had technology to do this.
As the story goes, it was a man named Yaqub. If you look in the Bible, he would be described as the story of Jacob, who took different colored sheep.
Yaqub. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Well,
that makes sense. Yaqub and Jacob is basically the same, right? Different names.
He took different colored sheep and then made them, and then made it with them until he changed the color of them.
He made it with them.
He made it the sheep.
He made it.
Okay. I was about to say that's.
And fucked with him until he changed the color.
Gotcha.
That was the story that they used metaphorically to describe what he did.
They actually recently did that with pigeons.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They did the Rafik thing, you know what I'm saying? Where they actually bred the black out of it. You know what I'm saying? Started with 2 black pigeons and actually bred the black out of it. You know what I'm saying? So then this is what he did back in the days. Yeah, think about it. These are back in the days when motherfuckers were geniuses. They built the pyramids. These are motherfuckers that built pyramids. You know what I'm saying? They were geniuses, bro. They mapped the universe. What? You know what I'm saying? He was able to do experiments but he couldn't do genetic splicing on melanated skin because laser lighting or whatever. I forgot the story, but I smoke a lot, bro. I read shit, I hear shit, listen to shit, but I be, it's in there somewhere, but the wording don't come out right.
It'll come up.
But he used, he couldn't use laser technology back then on melanated people. You know what I'm saying? Because the light wouldn't pierce the melanin. Yeah. So he had to wait until he got something that was a little lighter that could actually be pierced. And so when he got, black people, like I said before, with melanated deficiencies and had that skin disease that Michael Jackson had and a lot of people have, I forget what it's called, he started doing experiments. And he started mixing motherfucking different animals and different motherfuckers until he bred all the black out of a person and came up with a Neanderthal. But the first Neanderthal was hairy as fuck because he had mad DNA of animals. And they lived in the caves with the animals, and they slept with the animals, and they kept fucking, and they slowly became less and less hairy, and then after there's about a few 100,000 motherfuckers, they all branched out and started taking control because they were savages.
Now this is Yaqub you're talking about, right? Just
Yaqub.
And was he melanated?
He was a melanated man, yes.
Gotcha.
And Yaqub actually translate to big head. He was known to have a huge ass head. He was smart. He had a big ass fucking head, Joe. And Yaqub meant big head.
So he fucked the world up.
Yeah, that nigga right there.
That's another way to look at it, I guess. I mean, I never really heard of that.
Oh yeah, that is the story, bro.
That's a good story.
If you go to the Bible, if you go to the Bible and you read it with discernment,
you said Jacob.
The story of Jacob will tell you what Yaqub did. The story of Jacob will tell you what Yaqub did.
I gotta read that one.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, most of the references that Billy Carson come from are more like the tablets and the scriptures that came before the Bible. So
I believe they're both.
You know what? I
believe they're both possible. Like
I heard.
It sounds like genetic splicing, no matter which way you look at it.
I heard Billy Carson was a plant.
Think so?
Once again, I heard.
You know what I'm saying? What do you think though? Like, do you think it's a possibility? Have you watched any of his stuff?
I watched some of his stuff, and some of his stuff is very interesting.
Yeah,
but like I said, some of the things I had to disagree with. Like you said, he's saying different aliens came down and made different people. I would think if that was the case, most people wouldn't look like most people. And like you said, that's kind of discredits what he says. If you look, a lot of people have Afro you know what I'm saying, something that's
Afro-esque features.
Melanated features.
Yeah, I like the Afro-esque features.
Yeah. I didn't hear the story that he said about different aliens.
Yeah, he was saying that Billy Carson said that.
I never heard Billy Carson say that.
It was a theory I heard him say. Maybe I could be misquoting or whatever. I'm not going to say I remember.
Could have been like his opinions. I know he does his opinions too.
Right, he does his opinions. He says if they were able to travel tens of thousands of years across the galaxy to get from one place to another, and they were called the Sky People. They came down, aliens or angels or whatever you want to call it. Sky People came down. How would they have not had technology to stop at other planets, pick up species, bring them with them, and then do genetic mutation splicings to see how they could survive on this planet and see what they could do to make the population their own?
But what I was saying is right here. Okay, say you had.
It's a good debate, real quick. I think this might be a little. This might be a little class session, right?
Let's say you had, because alien. They said some aliens look like reptiles, right? So now they say that you can see some reptiles and some people, so the reptilians, you see their eyes glow. Mm-hmm. So that may be a point. But they said reptiles are shapeshifters, so that may discredit that point. But then if you had like little grays, you would have humans being born with little gray features. And genetics always finds a way to pop back up. So if human beings were born, right, from different as aliens, somewhere down the line, a woman would give birth to an alien baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen a lot of babies with a lot of crazy deformities lately, like things that, you know, it's kind of like, damn, some people be like, yo, how could God, but maybe God really didn't have a whole lot to do with that. Maybe it's just genetic splicing at its worst versus at its best, because then you have the ones that, people that don't look like they ever age, people that look like they, you know, just are like built to be fucking gods, and it's like, holy shit, how did you get that? You know what I mean?
Right.
You go from one end to the other, and either way you look at it, you could either be explained where God makes perfect and imperfect, so he knows both, and you can't claim that he's in a completely perfect entity, or some alien came up in this bitch with high technology, and I'm not saying just the alien being, it could have been a race of people that lived here for tens of thousands of years before our civilization. Maybe there was a natural disaster that wiped them out or something, and we had to start over. It could have been anything, you know what I mean? But the reality is there was technology here far beyond anything we know today. Genetic splicing was definitely possible. And there's no way to disprove that there isn't other life out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Biden looks like he's one of the motherfuckers that's genetically spliced. That nigga was spliced like a motherfucker.
If I call anybody a gray,
that nigga.
Biden's a gray. I don't give a damn with nobody. You see his face with every time he got mad, he looked like a Dirty Harry, you know? What'd you say?
Yeah, that was bad. He looked crazy.
He looked wild.
So speaking on like these different races and different like stuff, I got a question for y'all. How do y'all feel about Democrat versus Republican? How do you feel about there being like one against the other? Like, why can't it just be, like you said, a free thinking?
I feel like it's a goddamn game. You gotta keep the migrant people against each other, so that way one side is always rocking with you. Mm-hmm. Because if the migrant people were all one, then if they all were with you, that either they're all with you or they're all against you. And if they're all against you, how could you handle that? Yeah. That's when you get overthrown. Mm-hmm. When they're all against you. Right. If you have a debate where, I split them up, and I keep half against me and half with me, one side's gonna win. So we got some backing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We got backing. If the Republicans win and the Democrats go crazy, the Republicans got our back. Mm-hmm. If the Republicans win and the Democrats go crazy, you know what I'm saying? If the Democrats win and the Republicans go crazy, the Democrats got our back. And this is what it is, yo. It's a way to keep half of America on their side at all times.
Now that makes sense. Like, when you think about it, you can't have a sports without teams playing against each other.
Right.
You can't be like, let's say I'm a Lakers fan. I can't just have Lakers. That's it. There got to be Celtics out there.
Right.
In order for us to watch it, because if not, there's no sports. There's nothing good going on.
So what you're saying is, who's the person that's sitting back watching us,
keeping us divided?
Sitting back watching the game, nigga.
But you get what I'm saying, right? Because if I agree with what he's saying. It is a game. It is a gang. It is division. It's all about divide and conquer. Keep people fighting against amongst themselves. They are in on it just as much as we are in on it, because unfortunately we see it and we do nothing about it. The reality is there are no Democrats or Republicans. It shouldn't be that way. It should just be what's best for the people.
Yeah, because it's like they have a set blueprint already. Like, it's like they got a rule book 1 through 10 of what we believe and what we need to abide by. Everything else is whatever. That shit's crazy. Like, that's not how shit work. Everybody knows it's situational. Everything goes based on what's given to us, and we go based off, and we play off of that.
Right.
You can't have something already preset and be like, oh, I'm gonna follow
it's
this.
supposed to be. It hasn't been that for fucking years, bro. It hasn't been that for years. These motherfuckers slowly took over. And like I said, I refer to this shit all the time. There was something called the, hold on, let me think, the covenant, the secret covenant. I think that's what it's called. It's a manuscript, Joe, where somebody got a hold of it, and they said that it was passed down from elites to elites throughout generations, and it's describing how they would keep us sick through the things we wore, the things we ate, the things we drunk. They would keep us blinded by the news we heard. They would control the media. They'll keep us blinded. They'll only let us see what they want us to see. And all this shit, right? They were saying that you should look it up, yo. It's called the Secret Covenant, yo. And then the scariest shit in this whole shit, right? That they said was, the scariest line was, and we'll do it drip by drip.
I heard that.
So as for they won't see it coming.
Right.
And think about how things is happening, yo, and how they've slowly stripped away our rights. You know, that's exactly what they've done, yo. They've done it drip by drip. Slowly stripping away the American citizens' rights, yo, that was given to us by the founding fathers. Per se. You understand?
I say
freedom to bear arms.
I'll take it a step further. What about the God-given rights amongst all men, period? We all have the same rights. We have the same rights to freedom, happiness, love, respect, prosperity, and the whole nine. I mean, if they really follow religion,
it's probably it right there.
If they follow religion the way that they claim to follow religion like they do, and they say in God we trust and whatever else, well then reality is we should be prospering together. Why are you guys sitting above us while we're sitting here getting shitted on all the time? It don't make no sense to me.
Well,
keep us divided, man.
Speaking of God we trust, speaking of that phrase, I said it before, that phrase is actually supposed to be like a tribute to the devil, because they say God, if you look at the word God, it's actually an abbreviation for the name Gadriel. I may have mentioned this before. I probably have, because I like to keep drilling my listeners with the same information over and over again, so they get it, or at least get where I'm coming from as an individual. So they said Gadriel, is one of the angels that deflected from the Father.
Right. So
hearing that story, I like to use the Father a lot of times. I try to catch myself from using the word God. It's weird. I'm on different shit. Even though I'm a sinner, I just don't call him out his name no more. And on to the next topic.
Yeah, I could dig. I mean, they like to keep us divided, and that's the whole. I think that's the point of the agenda, basically. Because when you think about it, even speaking on God, they don't call God the mighty. They call him the Almighty. They don't call him the mighty. So why can't we all come together and realize that we're all one and we're all mighty when we're all together?
Right.
So
it's very unfortunate, but we've been taught for a long time to be divided amongst ourselves. Once upon a time, like, neighbors knew each other. Like, you go down the street, like, your parents knew who was down the street and who you was playing with, and who your friends were, and who you wasn't with, and where you was at. Man, remember we used to walk down to the corner store, go pick up some 5-cent candies and stuff like that back in the day as kids, and we'd walk back
penny
home.
Candies.
Yeah, you remember that?
They had candies for us 1 cent back in the day.
And then what happened? Things started getting crazier and crazier and crazier to the point you couldn't trust nobody. Why? Because they put that out there, like that. Those kinds of things. These things happen in neighborhoods with kids disappearing and stuff like that, and these fires break out, and these pyromaniacs and all these shootings. This is all governments. This is all agenda stuff.
Yeah, but even us, the people, which is why we go back to like us needing having to have order. We're also judgmental to where we keep ourselves divided too, like just naturally. Like,
oh yeah, but we were taught to be that way. That was a part of their agenda. If they slowly incur these things into our society, it makes us distrustworthy, and eventually that starts to fester inside of you, and then you pass that on to your kids through your teachings and through your DNA, and then they keep that going, and then the next generation gets something else different than the last, and then they change history around.
Exactly.
10 years ago, the book said this, and now where's that?
Like, that generation that knew all this, they're already dead. Now we can start over.
Exactly.
We can retrain them.
And they just keep doing that cycle until they get us right where they need us to be. Cornered,
but you know what?
Dependent, and docile.
That's where, like, if we want to get technical, that's where the people before us made their mistakes. They never taught us the way we were supposed to learn and keep it going. So it's on us to teach our kids and their kids and their kids to keep remembering what the whole thing is about. You know what I'm saying?
This is what A60's Blunt Truth is about, because we're about trying to put the truth out there and getting y'all to see the game for what it is. Getting you guys to realize that teaching your kids the right way to live, teaching them it's okay to say hi, but don't put yourself in a compromised situation. Trust your gut. Trust your feelings. Know that something is off, you go home.
Yo.
Where it's safe. And if it's not safe at home, you go where you know it's safe.
Listen, I come from a time that the neighborhood helped raise the child. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
The village was there.
That's why it
takes
happen like that.
A village.
Everybody knew about it.
To raise a child. And if you see somebody's child doing wrong, if I did wrong, my neighbor would get at my ass. Mm-hmm. He'd make it, as soon as I see your mama, boy, I'm letting her know what you out here doing.
That's real.
Yeah. Now people turn an eye to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Children are running amok. Parents is out there getting fucked up. They don't give a fuck about what's going on with their kids. Kids don't give a fuck about what's going on with themselves. Nobody loves one another. The world's full of hate.
It's bad, yo. Yeah. That's like our grandmother, rest in peace. She lived in Mount Pleasant. She used to feed anybody that came by. Yeah. She fed every and anybody. Oh, you want to eat? You hungry? Yep. She made pots and pots of food. Anybody come through from the hood and they just
doing is cooking. She could have been asleep in bed, 10 o'clock at night. She'd get up, get in her wheelchair, go to the kitchen, and be like, "You hungry?" And she start cooking.
She feed anybody and everybody, bro.
And I'm like, yo, Grandma, I just came to sleep. You know, I needed a spot to crash for a minute because I was going through a rough patch. So shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And look at her, that sweet lady, man.
You be like, yo, like,
you don't find that no more.
Like, we alright, we good. There's not a lot. You know what I mean? I'll make more.
Right.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
It was that real.
Listen, she made sure
it was
had
crazy.
A full belly.
Yeah, love
it's not like that now.
Then. The love was real. The sense of unity was real. And it's sad that all died off, yo.
That is sad. That's when Lean Days was popping.
And we allowed it to die off because when the school said, "Hey, we're not gonna pay attention to the flag anymore because there's people from China here, people from Afghanistan and Yemen, and people from Russia. No disrespect to anybody that I just named. No disrespect to any foreign country." But this is America. Mm-hmm. So in America, if we wanted to praise allegiance to the flag, we should have a right to say we want to or we don't want to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not you can a prayer in the mornings. Once again, people from Yemen, people from China, you're in America. You chose to move to America. This is what we do in America. We give praise to the Father early in the morning before we start things. If y'all didn't like it, y'all should just move or come to school late, have a late pass where you're allowed to come in exactly after the prayer is and the flag, the pledge is done being given. Instead of starting school at 8 o'clock, you start at 9, right when the first class starts. So you're excluded from that.
Or just don't even gotta stay an hour later to make up for the fact that the other
or even that. Just don't even like.
It's excluded from the prayer.
Yeah, big thing is like if you don't believe in it, then just don't be a part of it. Yeah, don't judge anybody.
But as a parent, if you didn't want your children hearing it,
yeah, I get that.
It starts at the beginning of school. Hey, class, today's prayer. Blah, 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 blah. That's over by 7:35, and first class starts at 8. Your child is allowed to come in at 8.
I hear that.
And not at 7:30 to have to subject themselves to hearing about, the father. You know what I'm saying? Or hearing about America. No, you have a pass. You walk in, you show your pass. You go to your first class.
That makes sense.
Man, I can already hear the comments, man.
You just don't go to homeroom.
Yeah, I can already hear the comments.
And don't be judging niggas that you in their country, judging them for what they do. That's crazy.
You're here in America.
Right.
So when they took that away from us, and then when some people abused their children, because there's a thin line between discipline and abuse, and when some people abuse their children, and it's the fact that we couldn't discipline our children anymore, America began to start to run amok. Because now we were giving birth to children that couldn't be disciplined. Children without any sense of pride or allegiance to this country. Children without any sense of the father, or even starting the day off giving the father his grace and his glory. You know what I'm saying? Children without any discipline. So they started to run amok, and now we are suffering from the chaos we created by our decisions made 20, 30 years ago.
Shit usually goes like that too. We usually make our own fucking beds.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
So, oh no, go ahead. You got more?
No, go right ahead, bro.
I was gonna get into a lot of people's favorite segment, the riddle of the day. Before we get into the last topic, also there was some breaking news that just came out a couple hours ago.
All right, well, let's get the riddle of the day.
Let's get into the riddle of the day then. Let's get it.
Okay, I just say that before he starts, I really like that sound.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to use that for the breaking one too, but we're gonna.
Some people say that I'm fresh. Some people say I'm salty. Some people say I go to school all the time, but never learn a goddamn thing. What am I?
All right, y'all heard it here. Riddle of the day. Let's give it to him one more time.
Some people say I'm fresh. Some people say I'm salty. Some people say I stay in school all day long and never learn a damn thing. Who am I?
There you have it, and we will come back with the answer on the next episode. So y'all got enough time to get it right. If y'all get it wrong, I don't know what to tell y'all.
Please leave a comment and give an answer. What do you really think I am, man? Come on now. Somebody listen to the riddle and leave a comment.
Just remember, there's no wrong answers, you know what I'm saying? And we will give you the answer.
This is all for fun, yo. You heard?
Yeah.
Right. It's all about fun.
Riddle of the day by Rozelle. That was a good riddle. I like that.
Thank you.
So, now let's get back into that sound you like, because we got some breaking news. I like that sound. I like it too. That's good. All right, so it's been reported that Israel have major concerns of war and just that shit, man. If Biden becomes president again, they say he's weak, and people are saying that he's weak. And it's going to go really bad if he becomes president again. That's their concerns. This is not true. This is alleged. It's their concerns.
Give us a moment, guys.
I'll start with you, Yaiko, this time. What's your thoughts on that?
I gotta tell you, man. Like it's a scary idea to think about, but it was something Rozelle and I were actually discussing before the show.
Right.
We got veterans getting kicked out of hotels and VAs and things like that, and these people from overseas and from camps from prison cells or whatever else hitting the borders and coming in and taking over in these rooms, man. That's a scary thought you put me on to. And now it kind of ties everything else together. I'll let him explain more about that stuff because, you know, he gave me that information. But I'll say this. If Biden falls into office, if Israel's making threats on coming in to America and kicking down our door, I can see that being a big possibility. Especially after the debate that he had with Trump and the way that man was his presence wasn't felt. As a man who is supposed to be running our country, I had no respect for that man. I did not. I couldn't believe that he was up on that stage the way that he was. He was incoherent as all hell. He had no points to make at all that made any sense to me whatsoever. And at no point in time did anybody discuss what was good for the people versus not good for the people. I might have made a few comments here and there. I think Trump might have said something about flipping the taxations over so that the billionaires pay the 24% versus the lower incomes paying the 8% difference or whatever the case may be. Because the reality is that's how it is right now. The billionaires pay the 8%, we're paying 24%. Well, it's no wonder why we're in debt. It's no wonder why we're all tired. We're all working hard, and we're still not going nowhere. We're spinning our wheels. I'm over it, man. My fault. You go ahead. I'm good. This country is getting crazy.
So what's your thoughts, Rosa?
Because we've been crazy, but that's just been on like the ride to the top of the roller coaster ride. See, you start to feel funny now because we at the top and we about to start swooping downwards
fast,
and that's when shit's about to hit the fan.
Mm-hmm. But no parachute,
without a doubt.
No parachute with a big rock tied to our legs.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody get ready, yo. Shit what to happen. I think November is gonna be the beginning of something awful. I don't know. I mean, I have a feeling. We'll see what happens, guys. Stick with me throughout these podcasts, and we'll find out together. But definitely feel like this election is going to be some shit. So I feel like if Trump was to lose, which I can't see him losing, but if he was to lose, his followers is going to motherfucking
rebel.
Oh, they're going to rebel like a motherfucker, yo. I think what you saw a couple years ago on the White House is nothing compared to what's going to happen. And second hand, I think if Joe Biden, if Trump wins, Joe Biden's supporters are just going to go home and go to sleep, so it'll be all right.
Yeah, that's crazy. They be smoking on that Biden pack. So quick question I just came up with after you said that. So if Trump, whether he's in office or not in office, do you guys feel like it'll be rebellion regardless?
Yes, I think so.
I feel like you ever watched? This is crazy. I'm a horror buff. You ever watched The Omen back in the days? The story of Damien, the little boy.
I think I saw bits and pieces of it.
Little bits and pieces of it, and Damien Part 2 and all that. Trump's like him. He's like a person that could do no wrong, and people will jump off a building for him. You know what I'm saying? And it's scary because in the movie The Omen, Damien was the Antichrist. But Trump seems like the person that can say, hey, do me a favor. You go over there and see that building? It's tall, but not that tall. I mean, it's high, but I don't think you'll die. You might die, but if you die, you die.
At least we know the next guy shouldn't do it.
Exactly, So why don't you do is go over there and jump and do it for me. And the mother will be like, yes, Trump. Trump 2024, and kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? I think he's that guy, and it's crazy because I'm like I said, I'm referencing him to the Antichrist, which is kind of scary.
It is. So we have a choice between the Antichrist or a fucking moron.
Yo, wasn't there an episode? So you guys know about the Simpson prophecies? And how they always come true.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't there an episode in 2024 about 2024 where I don't know if it was Biden or Trump, one of them became president and then the world just
imploded or some shit.
Yeah, like World War III happened and we all just died.
Yeah. I think there was an episode like that. I don't remember exactly. I think it was Trump.
I think it was Trump in office.
He got into office. Yeah, I think there was World War III. Like everything, shit hit the fan.
Yeah, it was.
I believe no matter what president runs the country, whoever the POTUS is, everything's going to matter. I think we're going to see war. Mm-hmm. I think there's going to be some shit, that's going to go down in history.
Hopefully not, man, because we got family and kids we care about. Can't protect everybody, but...
Well, for those who are religious and you have kids, they can't be judged as of yet, so, thank God for that.
Yeah, there's one positive thing to think about.
That's what I thought this girl was say, you believe that, right? Say, yeah, I believe that. Say, well, if shit hits the fan, your kid's only 3 years old, they're going. You know what I'm saying? Like, relax. You're good. and
shit's still scary, though.
Yeah.
It's scary as fuck.
Definitely scary as fuck.
I think it's scarier the idea of living without versus dying with. Like if you died together with your family, you got nothing to regret. But, to live when you knew that, like that's the hard part. That's the part where we have not been able to learn to cope. But I don't think that it's not that we can't cope with it, it's that we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to live like that. We're not supposed to be...
But we are, though.
That's the problem.
Because people die off.
It's true, people die off, but one thing to die naturally. It's one thing to die in your belief, knowing what you believe to be 100% true. Like I believe what I believe, and when I go, I feel so comfortable in my belief that actually gives me comfort. But nowadays, people's faith is so shaky that now even the thought of death it's like, nah, I gotta hold on to life so damn tight. So if I lose anything, it hurts me more. And it's like, but if you just realize that you sometimes even letting go is sometimes better than holding on tight to something you can't change. But we don't have that in this generation. They don't have nothing to believe in anymore. They have no faith. All they got is YouTube, TikTok. What the latest trend is. Who got the best nails? Who's the gayest? Who's not the gayest? Like, who's Diddy? Who's not Diddy? Well, what's going on in hip hop and news and whatever else? But it's all fake.
Why would they have belief anymore when all they're taught is doubt?
Exactly.
On TikTok and all them shows. If your nails don't look like this, you're not lit. If your lace front ain't laid like this, your shit ain't popping. If your ass ain't this fat, you ain't got it.
Exactly.
If your bag ain't this big, nigga, you broke.
Yep.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That's that judgmental shit too.
These are all the ways to incite division, but incite people to either go get the bag as hard as they can, or sometimes hate themselves because they don't have it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wrong reasons.
Wow.
And the crazy part is that
down.
That's perfect. But and the crazy part about that is that even if you do get it, you still might be fucking mentally messed up even more because it's not what you thought it would be.
Just because of the struggle to go and get it and then realizing that
how many females get their body done because they're all depressed and down about the way their body look. They get their body done. Now they're even worse because the guy don't want them for them.
Right.
Because they're just like every other female. They had to be like this for guys to like them. Like, they mentally go through more after they get their body done.
Right.
This shit's crazy.
And speaking of females and bodies done, don't mean to change the subject, don't mean to cut you off, but note the females. Most men don't even like all that body done shit.
Facts.
Just letting you know. We definitely, I know and a lot of men that I know, so I can't speak for all of us, but I know a lot of us prefer natural.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We prefer natural booties. We prefer natural breasts. If you got booty, you've been blessed. If you don't, you like the rest. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But we like it natural. So when y'all go get that shit done, don't think you're doing it to get a man, because you're not. You're just doing it to make another bitch jealous because we could care less.
Fair.
And for the most part, when we see a woman all done up like that, we don't look at her as being wifey. We look at her as being something we want to, hit off.
A plaything.
Right. I'm going to be honest with you. If I see that, the first thing I think is insecurity. And if I see insecurity, then I see somebody who's willing to do whatever it takes to find somebody to love them because they can't love themselves. And the moment that I fall off, even for a minute, if I get into an argument with somebody, whatever else, and I get this sense that you out there doing whatever, I'm good with you. So before I even get involved with you, if I see that, I gotta ask the questions. Why did you go and do X, Y, and Z? What was the point of it all? And when the answers come,
what's crazy? What's crazy is most of the answers will be, "I did it for me."
Right.
Really?
Right.
You did it for you.
Right.
So you're gonna go in there and tap your own ass. You're gonna be. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what we doing. Come on, man.
It's all a ploy, man. At the end of the day, they know why they're doing it. And
in a way, you did it for you, but for the most part, you did it for others.
I respect your choice to do whatever you want with your body. It's your body. You do whatever you want with it. But just remember, you don't have to do it.
Facts. Yo, I like the suspicion of having, like you said, all natural, but dressing sexy but classy.
Yo,
like that shit. Just the fact of suspicion intrigues you. Now it's like, I already know what you look like. I already know what everything is like. I know everything about you because you just like that one and that one over there.
Yo, you know what? One of my favorite sayings is that I came up with, and I should get this copywritten. Church mice over hood rats. All day. I'll take a female in a dress, pass her knees. You know what I'm saying? Little slippers on.
Respectful. She respect herself.
Respectfully, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Got a little shape, but ain't really showing it off. You know what I'm saying? But she look good still. Over a bitch with some shit that her ashes is hanging out. Boobs are all out. You know what I'm saying? Cleavage is all showing. You know what I'm saying? Skimpy ass top on. You know what I'm saying? Bright ass lipstick. Fake ass mole on her face.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You wake up and all that shit going. You don't even know what you're looking at.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you're mad. I don't know if you're mad or happy right now.
Right.
Your eyebrows is missing.
I don't know if I want to call the cops and say that you stole the girl I was with. Beat your asses. They call the cops and say, there's an intruder in my house. You know what I'm saying?
But to your point earlier, that's the difference between a wifey and a play toy.
Right.
Who you want to be?
That's crazy you said that. Oh my god, yo. Because the reality is I've seen that shit so many times where you roll over and you're just like, where's your face?
Yeah,
Who
what the fuck are you again, yo?
Yo, as soon as you said it, a story popped right into my head and I was just like, oh my god, I remember that as clear as day, like it happened yesterday. It was the weirdest thing. So my bad, that was the weirdest laugh too, man.
That was crazy. We kind of went left with that one, but that was a good topic.
I had to say, because you said something about that shit, I had to bring it up because we don't like that shit, yo.
Nah,
that was definitely some good insight for y'all females out there that's trying to do the wrong things and stop with this. Everybody want to OnlyFans.
Yo,
everybody.
You know what I find the sexiest in a female, bro? A female on some real shit. A female in like jogging pants and a t-shirt with the hair in a bun.
It's still looking right.
Still look good. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Just sexy as fuck, yo.
No, that's facts. I agree.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can only imagine when they get done up.
Yeah, right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Nice office slacks, nice little button-up shirt, hair in a bun, glasses on, nice little pair of heels.
I care what nobody think.
You know what I'm saying? Business like
that's. I hate to say, you know what does
that's sexy expected me, yo.
CNA outfit, man. Like nursing outfit. Yeah, they be looking right sometimes. Like it's the weirdest right.
They got a good job.
Yeah. Sometimes you be like, I know she got something back there, boy.
Yeah, fact. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the suspicion. You like, yo,
all that loose pants tight.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
The pants is tight back there.
Certain places seem tighter than others. You're like, wait a minute.
Is it the pants or is it? It can't be the pants.
It's the mystery behind it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes things worth it. Like if it's alright, I already know what it is. Then I'm not as interested.
Well, saying all that, I gotta be honest. The ultimate is sometimes some of them Arabic chicks. Because you just see their eyes and they walk by you, and they should be swinging in the back.
Oh my God!
You'd be like, yo, what does she look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does she look like?
You just mad as hell though. She take that veil off. You're like Roger Rabbit.
Melina from Mortal Kombat.
You know the good thing is, nobody sees her but you in your house. Keep it on. Keep it on. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep that shit on.
That's crazy. Yo,
got me crying.
So let's get that was good though. That was good.
Again tonight, back shots. Yep,
might be back shots from here.
No, don't look back.
From here on out, bitch. From here on out. See my ladies.
Shit.
We just having fun, yo. That's not my. Yeah, no, it's not. That's not my opinions. I'm a comedian by heart.
Oh, yeah. Let's jump back into it. So we in the final topic after that. That was a good little combo real quick. It's good insight for y'all females too. And for y'all niggas out there that fucking confused about life too, thinking all this other shit, the way, I don't know, shit different.
Man, yeah.
But yeah, so final topic. We kinda covered this last night before the Biden pack got in me from secondhand.
Right.
Kamala and the mic was off.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Shit. But yeah, so if you guys were world leaders away from America, and you guys were watching this this little debate, what would your first thoughts be?
You want to go first, or
you want?
If I were to the country, I'd bear in mind that Trump was in office first, and he put the screws to a lot of places, and a lot of people, and they probably didn't like that. Those people probably already had plans inside of our government or deals set up, backdoor things, with certain officials, and they put the screws to them like, yo, you promised me X, Y, Z. This dude is not following suit. And they decided they're going to impeach Trump. They're going to put Biden in office. Biden is weak. They get what they want. But they prepare for the next election. They get ready because they know that somebody else might be coming down the pike that isn't going to do what they want them to do. And so what do? They infiltrate the country slowly. And then when election time comes, if they don't hear what they want to hear, everybody's in trouble. And if you ain't got a peace or you ain't got a prayer, well, then I guess you ain't got no hope either, because you ain't do shit about it. You too busy TikToking and getting your boobs done.
Well, if I was a leader with different countries and Trump was the one to take office, I'd probably find out what it is that I'm exporting from America, weigh the worth of that export, and if it's not something that I would deem necessities, I would probably cut my ties with America and sit back and watch it fall. If Biden was to become president of the U.S., I'd probably infiltrate and attack and take America under my thumb, because I believe that Biden is just weak, and his leadership skills are at minimal subpar.
Agreed.
He showed that.
Well, at maximum subpar, actually.
Yeah, I know that they joked about the whole IQ test, but I really would like to see Biden take one, and I want to see him take one in front of everybody, like not on no drugs, not with any help, not in the White House. No, you take one, you let everybody see a public record. Let's not be, because I would like to see where his mentality is. Now, what if he's cognitively like incapable of functioning on a level in a moment where it's the most crucial possible moment.
He's already proved that. He's incapable.
I mean, you get what I'm saying? I mean, it could have been so much worse than a debate. Are we really going to wait around to find out how much worse it could be? It was already bad enough during the debate.
You know what blows my mind is that he still has a lot of followers. Yes. I was like, what the fuck?
I think those are inflated numbers.
No, I'm talking about like when we were watching that little rally earlier. Remember Reza, that little clip?
Yeah.
He had a lot of people behind him. Everything he said, they're like, yeah,
but people get paid to do a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean,
what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Doesn't
you get what I'm saying?
Doesn't the president still have power control of nuclear weapons, of the buttons, the red buttons?
I don't think the president has control of that, to be honest. I think he has... Is he supposed to have power control, or is it the Secretary of Weapons?
Doesn't he have the key? Like one of the keys or something like that? No?
I don't know. Sure. I could look that up real quick, see if I can find it before the show ends.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. I don't know for sure.
Because, I don't think like they should have the key. And
right.
If he does... You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I had it.
Like, all right, on three. We're gonna put the button. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Now is that on gonna be on your 3 or gonna be on mine? You know what I'm saying? And fucking missed the shot.
He's a liar.
He's a liar. What happened? They say Joe Green. He didn't put the button on time. He's a liar.
Yeah. All right, so I found something that broke it down real quick. It says, down the chain of command, the United States has a 2-man rule in place at nuclear launch facilities. This verification process ensures the order came from the actual president. The defense secretary has no veto power. Many sources show that the president has sole launch authority.
So he can say launch whenever he wants to.
Yeah, so he has to make the command. If not, they can't do it.
It's his decision.
That's crazy.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So the secretary, to your point, the secretary has no power.
So right now, if he just said, you know what? I'm tired of everybody making jokes at me, to making fun. Launch the rockets. They gotta launch them.
That's crazy, right?
I mean, I'm sure
Trump about to win.
Somebody
before I go
common sense, hopefully would not press the damn button.
I'm sure the people that rule over him.
But then you know what though? But then if you don't press the button,
treason.
Isn't that treason?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a tough situation to be in.
That's something I'm gonna have to look into that a little more to really get into detail. Maybe bring it up next show.
I thought he had it's like a 2 men. Like, okay, you turn, I turn. Okay, press it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I thought he had to Exactly. I didn't know he had sole authorization.
Yeah, and it's a 2-man rule.
Right.
That's what it is.
It kind of goes back to what I told you a couple of days ago, man.
That's crazy.
One man's hero is somebody else's villain. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for the world to come together, the whole world's going to need one big-ass villain. Somebody that just...
So ultimately, though...
has to bring everybody together.
Ultimately, anybody can make the... anybody can say, let's launch that. We have to launch that. But the president has to okay it. Mm-hmm. So it can come from anywhere. It's just the president has to.
But I'm pretty sure the president could be overridden. I'm sure there's something that states that the vice president
talk about the elites all the time
or whatever. But the reality is they're not going to do that anyway. If they do that, they're done too. Until they have a way to get off this planet and either A, become interplanetary, or B, become interstellar, they're going to die with us. So that would be pointless. You know what I'm saying? But once they become either interstellar or interplanetary, and they can travel from point A to point B with no problems, they'll launch those fucking nukes and not give two shits. Come back 10,000 years later and say, all right, let's see what grew now. It's all clear to come back. It's safe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, why not? If they have the technology and the power to do it. But then that leads to other discussions. Like how can we possibly believe that we are the only intelligent, sentient, living intelligence in the entire known Milky Ways and galaxies and universe and whatever else you want to say? It's almost impossible to say that.
We're not. And it's been proven UFOs, aliens, you know what I'm saying? We're not on these pieces.
But people believe that God only
hieroglyphs.
made them, and God only made them out of dirt and clay and whatever. Okay, so then where the aliens come from, right? They got technology like we got technology, but theirs is better, so how did they get?
No, like, but what it says is that God made us in his image. Mm-hmm. So there's other aliens from other planets, but he took what he was working with and said, let me fuck with y'all niggas and make y'all niggas a little bit less than me. Bound.
What if there was that
everything is in God's image?
But what if there's that? What if there's like a theory of since there's so many different gods, what if every god made a species in their image? You know what I'm saying? Like our God.
I don't think about that.
You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, you know,
reptilians made snakes.
Exactly.
Did you hear about scientists recently making matter out of light particles being introduced to vibrational frequency?
No.
Some scientists recently discovered a way to make actual physical matter from ultraviolet light waves and seismic sound frequency. He made physical matter. That means he made something out of nothing. That's God type shit. So if you go by the theory, with this discovery in mind, but even with what I believe before this discovery came in, this just kind of helps prove my point to the theory and the saying behind it all. Everything made in God's image. If God made everything through light, if light is what created us with seismic sound, then that means that when God said, "Let there be light," his sound and when light met together is what created everything.
But no.
So that's what it means to be in God's image.
But no.
You were made of light and sound.
No.
It's a good theory.
You weren't made of light and sound. Everything was made from melanin.
Right, but melanin had to come from
God
somewhere.
made everything. Space is melanin, dark. Melanin, dark, space. They said he made everything and then said, "Let there be light."
Well, that's what I said a while ago too, where everything started with darkness.
Yeah, it started with darkness, bro.
No, everything did start with darkness, but that's what I'm saying.
He said, "Let there be light," and then
when he said, "Let there be light," light was created, and the sound that hit light created everything.
I mean, it's a good theory. I get what you're saying because we are technically light.
Right. It's kind of like how we use computers, like the same way that we build things with, the laser and the light and the electricity going through everything and all the different numbers or whatever make like this code. And our frequency is basically the same as a computer's frequency. It's just we're programmed to a different frequency than what we make ourselves to utilize because we can't phase through anything that we can physically touch. But if everything is made of light and sound, if a scientist is able to make physical matter from light meeting sound, then that, to me, that would be what being made in God's image means. Light and sound come together to make matter.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. We're going to have to bring that up on another topic another day and get into it a little deeper.
Definitely.
Appreciate you guys for listening. That's all the time we got for A6 Soul's Blunt Truth. We got another successful, good episode. Appreciate all y'all.
I agree.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Love you guys a lot. Appreciate everything.
Far too kind.
So, you know what it is? As always, none but love, Y'all be easy.
Yes, sir.
Stay blessed.
We out.
It's your boy Yaiko. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and comment below. This is A6O's Blunt Truth. We out.